glass face, I do call. Do you wish for me to live? Or will you choose my face to maul? If glass face, I do see, I may wish I never saw, as it peers into my gaze, clamping down with its jaws.
So, making of the glass face commission mask. First, we started off with sculpting wet clay on a armature. Once it was all smoothed, we sealed it with some crystal clear Krylon spray. While doing the sculpt, I notched out areas so that this effects glass would fit, and started prepping for the 2-part mold, which I hate molding, but you know, it's the nature of it. So after the mold was done, you can see that on the table back there. Great cast, some extra flashing which got trimmed and cut off, and we started experimenting with some ideas to get a movable jaw. Cut a slit. Here you can see we painted it 3 coats of white, some black and blue, and here was a couple of lines I made for a visual reference for possible cutouts for making this thing a movable jaw. I ended up going with pretty much the black line but straight across without cutting the jaw completely off, and I'd already casted another one of these so that I could test this on before using the one for the commission. Here you can see we started layering on some red paint as a nice base layer to go under permablood. Here you can see the cut that I made and the elastic cordage for the movable jaw, and here is the back for the straps to cinch up any give in the mask. And after some testing, this was the best glue to use for these glass effects pieces. I used the pieces that I was going to use in the final mask to sculpt around so that I had an idea of where they would need to go.
Alright guys, sorry I'm out of frame. You may not be able to see, but I'm sticking glass on this guy. No, not real glass. It's actually vinyl used for an effects glass. And I'm going to show you how I am doing this. I've never seen this done, never heard of it done. I'm sure it's been used out there somehow, but anyways, while sculpting this guy, I laid these little grooves, and then I placed in my effects glass where I want it, and I kind of trimmed the edges a little bit. Kind of was like, you know, it shattered off something, and I left enough space with just a little extra wiggle room for these to go in like that. And then all these holes got slightly cut from the inside, just like you would do the eyes, nose, and mouth. And the reason I left a little extra space after putting these in the sculpt was because latex has a small percentage of shrinkage. So if I sculpted it just to this size, it may have been too tight of a fit to force in there. So there's a nice little gap. I've done it 2 different ways, where I glued first, then put in, and then glued on the piece of glass. But either one seems to be working because I'm using this really strong Gorilla super glue. So I'm just putting a touch of glue inside there, and then I'm pressing this in and counting to 30 seconds till it's nice and firm in there. It'll still be a little wet and tacky, but it'll start to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So independently, I focus just on the pressure of that for about 30 seconds. And then I do just a little dab from the top to run down on both sides from the outside of that little groove that I sculpted. And then I take just a crappy little brush here and smoothing it out. See how now, of course, the glue on the vinyl might cause it to kind of fog up, you know, not be so clear like glass. But that's okay, because this thing is going to get coated with some blood, and it's going to look pretty gnarly once we're done. So that's what I've been working on for the last few weeks. Coming up to this point, still need some hair as requested by the person that commissioned this. And once I do the glass and the blood tonight, the hair will be last, and we will be done with this mask. Updates. So you can see here, the glass shards are fully all the way around both the top and bottom of the mask, and I added permanent blood throughout the tips of the shards, the bases of them, around the mouth, and going onto the head where I already based out some red latex paint. And here you can see the side of the mask again with the elastic cord through the pre-punched holes, and there's like a final photo that looks really gnarly with a black background. Last but not least, the final step is going to be adding some hair, which you will see in the following photo/video. But first, I'll show you a fit test video. Fit test 1. Success. Alright, it came in, and you want it feminine, you want it red, that's all the above. I just have to hand stitch this thing onto the mask. And here's the final result, ready to box and ship to go to its new home in Ohio. There you have it, another finished, unique piece by us at Unknown Origin Effects, me and my family. Can't wait to see what this person ends up doing with the mask. And if you guys like seeing little add-on how-to or mask videos like this, hit me a message or put a comment in there and tell me what you guys like to see. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope to be knocking out some more of these videos, especially when wintertime comes around post the Halloween season. So thanks again for watching.